Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
Pawpaw Festival may have been short on fruit, but not on people. Good evening, I'm Carter Eckel. Thanks for joining us. A record amount of people from Ohio and all over the country attended the festival this weekend. Vendors sold various pawpaw foods and beverages, but they had a difficult time getting a hold of the essential ingredient. Festival founder Chris Schimel says there was a pawpaw shortage due to a frost in April.
Pawpaws have primary flowers that come out first, and those ones got frosted. So if those wouldn't have gotten frosted, we would have already had a lot of fruit.
Schimel says the secondary flowers were able to be harvested, but they were smaller than normal. Multiple speakers also attended to talk about sustainability, farming, and of course, pawpaws. A new automated car wash is coming to East State Street. The car wash will feature a 120-foot express tunnel. James Trout, a partner in the project, says the name Dirty Dogs Car Wash is inspired by the Athens Bulldogs. The hope is to tie the business to the community. He says that while the car wash will utilize the most advanced technology, human interactions with customers is important. He told us he is proud to generate jobs within the Athens community.
And a lot of big cities have these nice technical car wash facilities, and Athens doesn't have anything like that. And there was only one little car wash on East State Street that was outdated, and it closed down. So the town's really in need of a car wash anyway.
Trout and partner J.R. McKee plan to break ground for Dirty Dogs Car Wash by the end of this month. The goal is to be open for business in January. The owners of a Meigs County distillery applied for a permit to open a distillery in Athens, but Kelly Sauber and Deanna Schwartz, owners of Fifth Element Spirits near Darwin in Meigs County, have to resolve a zoning issue for the project to go forward. They're hoping to relocate to 237 West State Street. Athens City Council will continue to review an ordinance Monday that could alter a nearly 30-year-old contract between the Athens Police Department and Ohio University Police Department. The ordinance would allow the two departments to provide mutual aid without billing one another for hours. The current contract is set to expire October 25th. Also on the agenda are Halloween preparations and continued funding talks for the municipal swimming pool.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, beautiful day out there, 81 degrees after those clouds have moved out. Sunny skies across all of our area. As you can see, dew point at 62, that will slowly drop throughout the day. Across our area, Columbus 80, New Lexington 80, Ironton 81, Cambridge our cooler spot at 78. Tonight in Athens, we'll see 58 degrees, mostly clear skies, seasonable night. Winds light and variable. Look at that. What a nice day to go out for a run. Tonight would be a great night to do that. Low humidity. Watch that evening fog. Carter?
Thanks, Matt. Investigators have discovered a fifth body connected to alleged serial killer Sean Great. The accused killer entered a not guilty plea in an Ohio courtroom. Police are also looking into whether he was involved in the deaths of two other people. Here's Meg Shaw with more details.
Today, Sean Great pleaded not guilty to murder and kidnapping charges here at the Ashland County Common Pleas Courthouse. The 40-year-old also waiving his right to a speedy trial and preliminary hearing. Great appearing at the hearing via Skype with his appointed lawyer. He is currently being held at the Ashland County Jail for the murders of Stacy Stanley and Elizabeth Griffith. Police discovered their bodies in a vacant home last week after a woman called 911 saying Great was holding her against her will. He then led police to a third body in Richland County. So far, no charges have been filed in that county. And a police source tells us that victim count could get larger. Great telling investigators he is connected to the deaths of at least two more women. One from 2007 in Marion and another in 2015 in Mansfield. BCI and the FBI are now investigating those claims. Great's case will now head to the Ashland County Grand Jury. He is scheduled to be back in court September 29th at 8 a.m. In Ashland, Meg Shaw, News Channel 5.
According to the police, Great said his first kill was a woman's body who was found in 2007. He admitted he killed her after becoming upset that she was delivering newspapers and magazines to everyone's house but his. President Obama wants the nation to remember the victims of opioid overdoses this week. He has declared this week Prescription Opioid and Heroin Epidemics Awareness Week. Obama is calling on all Americans to hold events that raise awareness about the dangers of those drugs. Opioids include prescription painkillers and heroin. Obama says the number of deadly overdoses from those drugs has almost quadrupled in the past 17 years. A defense attorney is raising concerns about the prejudicial effect of releasing the juvenile record of a 19-year-old robbery suspect. The suspect is linked to the Ohio boy shot fatally by Columbus police last week. Demetrius Braxton told the Columbus Dispatch that he was with the 13-year-old Tyree King last Wednesday. He said King had a BB gun that looked like a real firearm and wanted to rob someone for money. Police arrested Braxton on a robbery charge Saturday afternoon. Judge Eileen Paley delayed the hearing Monday after the defense attorney Marcus Ross raised the issue. Only 49 days until Election Day. Polls indicate the swing state of Ohio is up for grabs in November, and both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have been campaigning in the Buckeye State. Donald Trump plans to return to Ohio this week. According to his campaign, he's scheduled to attend a rally in Toledo on Wednesday. Surrogates for Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton spent their time working in Ohio this past weekend. West Virginia lawmakers are making quick work of flood recovery efforts. Both the House of Delegates and Senate approved an $85 million bill. The damage caused by the June floods has racked up nearly $349 million in costs so far. FEMA is expected to cover either 75 or 90% of those damages. Governor Earl Ray Tomblin is also asking President Obama for an additional $310 million to fuel West Virginia's long-term recovery. Americans around the country are angry after yet another unarmed black man is shot and killed. What the Tulsa police chief has to say about the officers involved in the gruesome incident. And the main suspect in this weekend's New York and New Jersey bombings is in custody today. We've got all the latest details coming up when Newswatch returns.
University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB, and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
A A 28-year-old man is now in custody after authorities named him this morning as a suspect in Saturday's bombings in New York City and in Seaside Park, New Jersey. Karen Kafa is in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood, the site of Saturday night's blast, with the very latest.
We have every reason to believe this was an act of terror.
On Monday morning, the NYPD and FBI released a photo of Ahmed Khan Rahami and asked the public for help in finding him. In a matter of hours, he was in custody after a shootout with police.
Now that we have this suspect in custody, the investigation can focus on other aspects, such as whether this individual acted alone and what his motivations may have been.
The 28-year-old suspect believed to be seen on surveillance cameras near the Chelsea bombing site Saturday night, rolling a duffel bag. He is a naturalized U.S. citizen from Afghanistan. Saturday's explosion left 29 people injured. All have been released from the hospital. Authorities say a backpack of explosives was found at Rahami's last known address in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Sought in connection with 3 bombings, he was added to terror watch lists to help stop him from leaving the country. Police tracked him down in Linden, New Jersey, near Elizabeth.
We have directly linked Rahami to devices from New York and from Saturday in New Jersey.
The manhunt an extra wrinkle during a week that already demands greater security here. The United Nations General Assembly has brought a number of world leaders and foreign dignitaries to town, including President Obama.
We all have a role to play as citizens in making sure that we don't succumb to that fear. And there's no better example of that than the people of New York and New Jersey.
Authorities say at this time there is no indication that a terror cell is operating in the New York area. In New York, I'm Karen Kafa.
Hillary Clinton spoke about the bombings this afternoon. The Democratic nominee urged Americans to show courage and vigilance.
This threat is real, but so is our resolve. Americans will not cower, we will prevail. We will defend our country, and we will defeat the evil, twisted ideology of the terrorists.
And on the other side, Donald Trump said the quote, called it, referring to the bombings. He also tweeted, "Great job once again by law enforcement. We are proud of them and should embrace them. Without them, we don't have a country." Donald Trump's running mate, Governor Mike Pence, is following suit in releasing his health records. His campaign released a letter from his doctor Saturday, Politico reports. The letter gives a clean bill of health, noting the governor exercises and the only meds he's on is Claritin to keep his allergies clear. Pence has also released 10 years of tax returns, a continuous question asked to Donald Trump, who cites an IRS audit for not releasing his. 40-year-old Terrence Crutcher was fatally shot while seeking help for his broken car Friday night in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In dashcam video, Crutcher has his arms raised as he walks back to his vehicle. However, Tulsa police initially said Crutcher didn't comply with their commands and reached inside his vehicle. Today, TPD Chief Chuck Jordan announced Crutcher was unarmed.
One shot was fired by Officer Shelby, and a taser was deployed by Officer Tyler Turnbow. I'm going to tell you right here now, there was no gun on the suspect or in the suspect's vehicle.
Crutcher was a father of 4 and was studying music at Tulsa Community College. The officer who shot Crutcher has been placed on leave during the investigation. On Wall Street today, stocks wobbled and finished mostly lower despite gains in crude oil and real estate earlier in the day. Here's a look at some stocks of local interest. A happy homecoming and a striking surprise for triplets. That story's still ahead. Next on Newswatch.
A warm week ahead. When will fall come? First official day, Thursday. All in my extended forecast.
professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities. And of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, we have 81 degrees. Winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour, getting that dew point at 62. Cold front moved through late last night. As we take a look across our region, we will see 80 degrees almost all everywhere. 81 down here in Ironton, 80 in New Lexington, 78 in Cambridge, state's capital, 80 degrees in Columbus. Look at our almanac for the day, 81. For our high today, 76 is our normal, so a little bit above normal. 54 for our low, normal. Sunrise and sunset hitting that 7 o'clock period as we head into fall. Our temperature outlook as we look into fall, we'll see equal chances in Texas area, and then we'll see warmer temperatures in the eastern seaboard and the western coast, warmer temperatures, warm outlook for the United States. Look at that, late into October as we head into fall. Bus stop forecast. 61 degrees tomorrow morning as those kiddos get out there. Sunny skies. Won't need that sunscreen because it's the morning. Mostly sunny, warm, light and variable winds as those kids head off to school. Temperatures across our region tomorrow, 86 in Athens for our high, 87 down here in Ironton, 85 in Columbus. Sunny skies all over. Dominating our region, that high pressure is everywhere. 86 tomorrow, Athens, partly early fog. You got to watch out for that dense fog as those kids are heading out to that bus stop. Make sure you see them so they don't get lost in that fog, if you know what I mean. Sunny skies, northeast winds, 0 to 5 miles per hour. There's that dominating high pressure system. Weak cold front brings severe weather to the Midwest. That will not affect us. It'll pretty much dissolve as it comes towards this high pressure into our region. Not much to talk about in the west. Besides this little system down here, it'll fly up in New Mexico and dissipate. That's all that we got in the tropics and the Pacific. Tomorrow, hour by hour, 8 a.m., 61, sunny skies. Noon, 78, sunny skies. And by 4 p.m. tomorrow, as you're heading home, 84 degrees. This kiddo's heading out for football practice, need that water bottle for sure. 58 in Athens, clear skies, seasonable, full moon. Full moon was Friday. It's going to start going away. Get those pictures out there for all those who have those cameras. Nice little moon there. By 6 p.m., we'll see 75 degrees, 67 by midnight. For those early risers, cock-a-doodle-doo, 63 degrees, clear skies for tonight. Our extended forecast looks pretty dry. 86 on Tuesday, Wednesday, we see 87 on Thursday, and we head up towards 90 on Friday, 88. Nice weekend, though, for Parents Weekend here at Ohio University. By Monday, we're looking like fall. Carter?
Thanks a lot, Matt. An unexpected day at the lanes for some triplets, a striking surprise, and a happy homecoming. Mitch McCoy with more.
Whether a spare or a strike.
When we bowled the first time, I had 1,082,000.
6-year-old Nicholas Johnson knows bowling takes focus. Nicholas and his two brothers wearing their favorite shirts Sunday, with hope it brings luck to the lanes.
I love Dad because Flash is my favorite superhero and Dad is too.
With their minds trained down the lanes, their dad, Brian Johnson, having served in Afghanistan for more than 4 months, is about to make their game and their day perfect, and they have no idea.
We have 3 more days until he comes back. Oh, 4.
But their superhero,
Daddy!
walks through the door.
Daddy! Yay!
Yay! How you guys doing, huh? Yeah? I missed you guys. Here.
U.S. Air Force Master Sergeant Johnson and his wife Barbara made luck happen for the triplets.
To hear my kids saying that they think of me as a hero is kind of very special for me. It makes me proud.
Johnson had been serving in Afghanistan for more than 4 months. Now over to sports with Blake Baker.
Thanks, Carter. In sports, Ohio men's golf put together a record-setting performance in this past weekend's Invitational, and the football Bobcats put up a mighty good fight down south against a nationally ranked opponent. These stories and more when we come back. Stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Welcome back. I'm Blake Baker. Ohio football traveled to Knoxville Saturday to take on the 15th ranked Tennessee Volunteers, falling 28-19. Vols quarterback Josh Dobbs tossed a pair of touchdowns and ran for another to power the offense past a pesky Bobcat defense. Though forcing the game's only turnover with a Randy Stites pick, the defense couldn't fall on any of Tennessee's 5 fumbles, and the offense settled for several field goals after failing to convert red zone opportunities. Greg Wyndham threw for 230 yards, and a touchdown pass to Jordan Reed put a scare into Tennessee fans late in the third quarter. Wyndham also picked up 39 yards on the ground to lead the Cats. The Green and White looks for win number 2 of the season when it hosts FCS foe Gardner-Webb on Saturday. Ohio men's golf finished second at the Eastern Kentucky Intercollegiate Invitational on Sunday. The Cats recorded a total team score of 842, setting the record for the best 3-round score in the program's history. The team's captains highlighted the individual efforts as Ty Harriet placed 4th and matched the 3rd best individual score in school history. Peyton White jumped 14 spots on Sunday's leaderboard to finish 6th. Also away from home were the field hockey Bobcats, who lost to Villanova 5-3 on Sunday. The Wildcats found the back of the net twice within the first 12 minutes, and 2 goals in the final 15 minutes finished off Ohio for good. Sophomore Kendall Ballard scored twice and had an assist in the game. The Bobcats come back to Pruitt Field on the 25th to take on Ball State. Moving on to the majors, the Indians are off tonight but lost their last game 9-5 to the Detroit Tigers. Despite the loss, the Tribe still sits in first place in the AL Central. And with 7 more wins, Cleveland can clinch its first division crown since 2007. The Indians kick off a 3-game homestand tomorrow night against the Kansas City Royals, and first pitch is set for 7:10. From the AL Central to the NL Central, the Cincinnati Reds start a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs tonight. Chicago is just 6 wins shy of 100 on the year, while the Reds hold the 4th worst record in baseball. The Reds will likely begin the series without shortstop Zach Cozart or center fielder Billy Hamilton. First pitch is set for 8:05 at Wrigley Field. The Cleveland Browns fell to 0-2 after a 25-20 loss to Baltimore yesterday. The Browns squandered a 20-point lead and gave up 25 unanswered points. In his first start of the year, quarterback Josh McCown threw for 260 yards and 2 touchdowns despite injuring his shoulder during the game. A late taunting penalty against wideout Terrell Pryor was one of 3 costly penalties on what could have been a game-winning drive for Cleveland. Sticking with the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers topped the Cincinnati Bengals 24-16. The rematch of last season's wildcard playoff game ended yet again in controversy. A Tyler Boyd fumble on the Bengals' potential game-tying drive was upheld with review. The Steelers and Ravens both sit atop the AFC North at 2-0, the Bengals behind them at 1-1, and the Browns round out the division, still winless on the 2016 campaign. That's all today's news and notes in sports. I'm Blake Baker. Let's throw it back to you, Carter.
Thanks a lot, Blake. A Michigan high school football team Waterboy had a real Rudy moment when the team helped him realize a personal dream, to score a touchdown. The special needs teen, who normally provides water to the players on the sideline, suited up and ran a scoring play courtesy of his teammates. The boy's mother, who has been battling cancer, was overcome with emotion.
He has just been so instrumental with helping me get him to practice while I'm at chemo. And it takes a village to raise my son, and this village has really been outstanding.
Bus stop forecast for tomorrow. 61 for those kids again. Light winds 0 to 5 miles per hour northeast. Ring, ring, ring. Here we go. Hour by hour, 8 a.m. 61 degrees. Sunny skies. Beautiful day. Hit a high of 84 for tomorrow. And as we're looking at our extended forecast, high pressure will dominate our region. 86 tomorrow for our high, 87 on Wednesday. Thursday looking at 87. Friday, 88. We'll see those high temperatures near 90 on Friday. This weekend, nice weekend to get out there. There's a football game for OU. Get out there and get you some. 79 on Monday. We're getting close to fall. How's that look, Carter?
Looks pretty good, Matt. And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities. And of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.